In this case, it's not the ideal option, but in the case where the girl is maybe not ready to meet you one-on-one, inviting her out as a group could work. But in this case, you want to choose a different option. Ideally, we want nighttime plus drinks, right? To make sure the date goes as well as possible. So the bar is the best option. Hey.
Hey. Good to see you too.
Come take a seat over here.
Thank you.
Always side by side.
Perfect. So many people sit opposite each other on first dates and it gets really awkward because you've got that eye contact the whole time, you run out of stuff to say, it feels super uncomfortable, and the worst thing, you can't touch her up, right? So it's much better to sit side by side. So how have you been the past few days? What have you been doing?
Actually quite a lot. I went to the gym as usual, and then did some work, but it's boring, right? So,
yeah.
And last night I watched a movie.
Okay, what movie?
It was Seven with Brad Pitt, a nice one.
Yeah, it's good, right? It's kind of psychological, serial killer, scary.
Oh, so you've seen it?
Yeah, I like
it is very scary. I liked it very much. I think it's very smart.
But it's a strange film for a girl. It's not like Sex and the City or like Finding Nemo or something. It's quite a tough film, right?
Yeah, it is. But I like tough films.
So you watch horror movies and things like that?
Yeah, I do. I do quite often. I think they make you think, and it's interesting.
But not, what if there's loads of blood and people dying? You can watch it, or you kind of cover your eyes and stuff?
Not like that. I wouldn't watch The Saw or something like that because it's stupid, I think. But this one is very smart. You should know if you watch it.
Yeah, it is very smart. You're always thinking about, how they can catch him and stuff. So
yeah,
it's quite
exactly.
Cool. All right. What else have you got going on?
Actually, I'm moving house at the moment, and it's very, very difficult and annoying because there are all those boxes I have to move and all my stuff.
You have to pack things up.
Yeah, pack up and then transport it all. Oh, it's so difficult.
Yeah, they say it's a stressful thing to do, to move house.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, listen, if I'm free, then I can definitely come and help you carry boxes or whatever you need.
Oh, really? Thank you for the offer. It's very nice of you.
No, it's not right you doing heavy lifting and stuff yourself. Look at you in this dress and heels and coming downstairs. And
True.
No, it's physical work, so I'm happy to come do it.
Thanks. I will use your help.
No, and you can remember this rule for as long as you live. Don't do these favors for girls that you're romantically interested in until you're dating and preferably sleeping together, because otherwise you're just giving her too much too soon for no good reason.
Friend zone.
I know you're busy now with the house and stuff, but what do you normally do in your free time? Do you do any sports?
Yeah, of course I do sports.
Why, of course?
It's my main hobby, going to the gym actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I like it very much.
What do you do there?
I do a lot of different things actually. The main one is doing weights, usual stuff.
Okay.
And I also do 1 hour stretching a week.
Yeah.
It's very, very painful, but very rewarding as well.
For flexibility.
Yeah,
so you want to be able to do splits or
my goal.
Kick people in their heads. And stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and also I do Pilates sometimes. Yeah. So it's interesting as well. And what about you? Do you do sports?
Yeah, I've done lots of sports. I used to do boxing, used to play squash. I always try and do something physical, and at the moment I just do normal gym, like weights and things. But I don't get huge because I don't do protein shakes and all this stuff. So
that's good.
Just go to the gym, and I'm doing things for like endurance, have good fitness and whatever. And what else do you do apart from physical stuff?
Apart from physical stuff, I like reading. Actually, I read every day, and it's very, very interesting.
Oh yeah? What are you reading now, or what's the last book you read?
I've just finished Bulgakov's Master and Margarita, but it wasn't the first time I've ever read it. So.
You read it again? So
yeah, I like it very much.
One of your favorites?
Yeah, one of.
That's nice because it's classic literature, not like, Harry Potter and Da Vinci Code and the girl with the dragon tattoo and all this stuff.
So you like reading as well?
Yeah, and I like reading not just fiction, but if I read fiction, I like classics, but I like reading sometimes psychology, business, biographies, all types of different stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like psychology as well, and biographies of famous people. That's good.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. And tell me, do you do anything creative, or I don't know, like singing, dancing, playing the violin, whatever?
Actually, I'm absolutely useless at singing.
You can't sing?
Can't do that, and don't like it.
I was going to ask you to sing for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe we'll get you lessons and you can sing for me.
That can be interesting. Maybe one day. And I can't play any musical instrument as well. No,
even this xylophone thing or the...
Maybe.
Do you know this triangle, that one? You just...
can do that, I think, because that's easy. And the creative thing I do is actually painting.
Thank you. Painting is really interesting, actually, but
yeah, it is.
But tell me, like, what does it give you? How do you feel?
Oh, it gives me a lot. In the first place, it helps you to reveal something inside, and in the second place, it helps you to express your emotions, and it's really interesting.
So it's not something, because I'm not a painter, right? So it's not something where you're sitting here, for example, and you just paint the bar and you're just trying to kind of copy it. It's something where something's coming from inside based on how you feel and who you are.
Yeah, it is, because I like to create something that may not even exist in the real world. So it's basically my imagination. But sometimes I like to paint something that exists, if it's, for example, beautiful scenery or something I really like.
Very nice. So it's not... it's something that serves a purpose, like emotionally for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. I'd love to see some of your paintings one day.
Oh, really? That would be lovely. I would be happy to show you something.
Marvelous. That's exactly what you want to do, because when someone has a passion, you want to dig down in it, get them speaking and telling you about their feelings, and it's definitely the way to go when someone reveals a life passion. So pay attention to that. Let's not leave this sitting here. Yeah, have a drink.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So tell me, how about traveling? Do you travel?
Oh yes, I do.
What do you normally do? Do cities or adventure holidays?
Actually, I like both. I like cities, and I went to many places in Europe. For example, Prague and Berlin and Rome. Rome is amazing, so I like that.
There,
yeah, of course, Europe is beautiful, and I also went to some exotic places like Lebanon, for example.
Lebanon?
Yeah,
it's not dangerous there.
It was quite scary because I thought it was dangerous, but probably it wasn't at the moment. It was fun because I like to see different things and,
different cultures and whatever. But Rome is very touristy, right?
Yeah, all these crowds, you're right.
And then Lebanon is probably not very touristy, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, very different.
So you like
see the contrast.
Different kinds of things, not always the same stuff in the same hotel and speaking, places where... Because English people are different. Some like to go to, for example, Spain every year to the same place,
really?
only speak English, they don't know any Spanish.
That's quite boring.
Yeah, and then some people like just going somewhere super exotic where there are no tourists. I'm more like the second type. I don't like tourists.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I go somewhere and there are other English people, oh no, you know, I feel like I'm in the wrong place.
Oh, really? So you don't like English people?
When I'm traveling somewhere and you're just surrounded by, you know, people from your country, you don't feel like you're traveling. And if everything's in English, you don't feel like you're traveling. So I like to go somewhere and only meet locals, to go to the local place. Like you would have seen it in Rome. You can go to some restaurants where it's all just Americans.
Yeah, just tourists all around.
Or you can go to a restaurant if you're lucky and you're like, oh, I'm sitting with Italians, so I must be in the right place, not the tourist.
Yeah, maybe you're right, actually. I should try that.
Yeah. And tell me, what's the I don't know, coolest place you've been or most interesting?
Something that I really liked,
Yeah.
Recently I went to Cuba and it was amazing. I really, really liked it.